Well, here it is, 7 o'clock.
Well,
Come on.
thank you for getting everything in.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, thank you for your reminder. That was,
Yeah, I mean, I think the easiest thing is just send it when you do
yeah,
send it right away
yeah. And
because
then
we can
actually,
always that
was that was
we
a,
can always update it.
yeah. And I ended up doing that because I mean, there was actually mistakes on the first one I sent out. Like the first one I sent out said it was going to be yesterday, which is no good. It's Veterans Day.
Oh, okay. But anyway, you know, that way we've got it covered.
Yeah, yeah. I better I gotta pull up the agenda on part of my screen here, see, because I've
And then
forgotten what I committed to
my
do.
stuff isn't working right, so
Oh,
made
there's Isabel.
some notes. I hope it's good.
Hi.
Hi,
I
Isabel. That's
So I'm on my iPad. I'm trying to charge it while we're going, but here, now it's charging. Well, we'll see.
that should work. Yeah.
Pat usually can do that.
Okay.
Nice.
So does anybody, I can text Leah to see.
That'd be good. Yeah. I talked to Stan earlier today. I think he's planning to be here.
Oh, that'll be good.
Good. Of course, I forgot to send out minutes. I guess I sent out minutes way back before the last meeting, which didn't happen.
Well, I sent out meetings. I sent out minutes and didn't hear anything back.
Yeah, that's right. You
Uh,
did.
I don't know if anybody read them. I did send out a reminder asking people to read them before meeting in October when I couldn't, but I don't know where people are. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
I read them and I thought they were fine.
Well, I put in a bunch of action items that didn't make it to the coming forward, so I don't know what it's all about.
Okay.
And I'm not on my computer, I'm on my iPad, so I can't pull them up.
Yeah. Let's see.
I get on my phone.
Leah, are you a molecular biologist?
Microbiology is my undergrad.
Microbiology. Because my daughter just showed me my granddaughter, I should say, just showed me a rundown of the flow of materials, I guess for lack of a better word, mostly carbon and phosphorus to mitochondria
Oh, fun.
to produce energy.
Cool.
Yeah. And so I'll see if I can digest that. But I thought it was very interesting.
It's complicated.
Yes, it is. And let's see, I'm trying to find those minutes. Let's see. The Anyway, the interesting thing is that apparently mitochondria are affected by neonicotinoids.
Really?
Yeah, both in terms of performance and also in terms of their DNA.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I believe it.
yeah. So we'll have to dig into it a little bit further.
Yeah, no, I'm curious. I'll have to read
Yeah,
up.
yeah. I'll see if I can. I took a picture of what she provided to me so far. I don't understand it yet, but I'll send you a copy.
Yeah, definitely.
If anybody else that's interested too, maybe between all of us we can figure out what's going on. Uh,
I don't think you will, to be honest. I was part of the initial investigation to mitochondrial disorders,
yeah.
Really?
Oh,
which is extremely complex and very hard to nail down. And one of our physicians left and went to Emory, where she specialized with the lab that did the testing on mitochondrial conditions at St. Christopher's.
Oh, cool.
interesting.
Mhm.
I only ran into it because there was this guy, Dr. Zai, who was with the Chan School of Public Health at Harvard, a decade ago now. And he was concerned about that he was concerned about neonicotinoids affecting genetics, and in particular mitochondria. And he said it apparently something he said is it takes about 7 generations or so for the thing to actually appear. And he was sort of starting to see that in bees, but he was worried about people. And he said, he said we share the same mitochondria with bees that bees have. And I thought, of course, I didn't know anything about it. This is all brand new to me at the time. Um, but it's
Mitochondria, I believe, is passed on through the maternal line.
is that right? Yeah, that
Mhm.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then
Yeah, in the case of bees, it's
evolutionarily,
queen bee. Yeah.
if I'm correct as well, right? The mitochondria were basically one cell took in another cell, and then they have distinct like DNA or
Right, right.
Yeah. There
So
wasn't there.
is this a quorum? Can we start?
Yes, we can start. Thank you very much.
And I'll take notes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great.
Okay.
That would be great.
I think, I think if everybody has seen Isabel's draft minutes, although I may not be able to recall them instantaneously right now, but I do think they were good. Um,
I guess I can find my sent. I mean, it was a long time ago that I sent them out. Nobody said a word.
yeah,
Uh,
I remember I looked at them.
Yeah,
We did not.
I did too. I think I have them in front of me somewhere.
But
Okay.
there were several action items that we were all gonna, took
Yeah.
ownership on.
Well, let's see if I'll see if I can find them in my computer here too. Why not?
So they would have been from the September meeting, and it was the end of September, early October that I got them out to you.
Okay, good.
Golly.
These were not the October 9th. That was last meeting.
Right. And that didn't have a quorum, so we didn't.
Yeah.
The Pollinator, September 25th.
Yeah. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. I'm surprised. Usually I have them all in one folder here. I can see I got to get better organized.
Yeah, I've got, it's pretty small.
That's a good idea. Look in the mail.
September 25th
September 25th? Okay.
is what I have, unless I don't.
Yeah, I just found that.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
Outreach to bee people, winter
So,
snows.
oh geez, doesn't really,
Yep, here it is. I got it too.
okay. So as we go through it, we discussed Ag Day. I never did send a thank you to Wilson Kerr, so I still need to do that. I have his tablecloth as well.
Okay. Nice. So is it the minutes from the 13th of February or a different
No,
date?
this is from September 10th.
Okay. Yes, I see it. Just the title of the name. I'll change the moniker
I
on.
did reach out to Green Thumbs. I got no answer back from Green Thumbs. Did you hear back from Brian Hutchins?
Uh, I let's see. I've invited him to the last two meetings. Um, he didn't say no, but he didn't come to the last meeting because of some conflict. He was going out to see an orchard in Harvard, an organic orchard. I don't see him tonight, so maybe that's not going to take. I think he was sort of to take over for Steve, I think.
Well, we need to do something about,
Yeah.
working that out.
Yeah, I want to talk to the Ag Committee about perhaps giving us more information on the pesticides they put down.
They meet this Thursday.
This Thursday?
They have a meeting, yeah.
Okay.
Looks like they've gone mostly to the third Thursday rather than the second. And usually they
Okay.
meet, and usually they meet in person at the townhouse.
Okay.
What, do you know what time?
I can't remember if it's 6. Somehow I think it might be 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me see what I have for,
It's on the website. I know that. I didn't
Yeah.
look at it carefully.
Thursday.
As far as I know, yeah,
Yeah.
14th.
Yep. Let's see.
Well, I'm got two, one at 6:30 and one at 7.
Oh, other meetings, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we'll cover it somehow.
Well, I think it's important that we do some kind of personal outreach to see if we want
Yeah.
to attend or not, because that's sort of a critical.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Um,
And
see.
Lois, you were going to reach out to the bee people.
Yeah, which I have. I did. I got some no's and I got a no from Rosalind
Understand.
and I got possibility from Jim Tull. He didn't say no. He didn't say yes, but he didn't say no. He raises bees.
Good.
So I need to follow up with Jim and see if so what we have one opening now, right? Or
Yes.
do we have two? We have one.
I think we do. We need somebody from public health, and I have not. Nobody's sort of worked on that for public.
And we need somebody from the the natural resources people too, don't we?
And I don't think there's a mandate for that. I did go
Thought
to,
it was in our charge.
I don't know, where would I find our charge? I noticed that the committee about the nuclear metals task force, they have their charge listed on their website.
Yeah,
Do we have it on our website?
I think so. It's an
Okay.
old, It's an old version, but I think it is there.
I don't know, I just searched Concord, Massachusetts Health about Pollinator Health Advisory Committee charge.
Yep.
I don't know where it I don't know where it rests, but it came up.
Let's see.
Well, it should also say who needs to be on the committee. I did stop at the townhouse to get sworn in, and we each have to be named by the select board
Yeah.
before we're signed in. So I left a written note for the person who brings it to the select board, and I have not heard back.
Okay.
I did that the day taxes were due, so I guess that's November 1st.
Okay.
And now it's what, the 12th or 11th, and I haven't heard anything. So I don't know if I have to go back and say what's the story. But I think each of us, I don't know about you, Leah, if you have to, but I think the rest of us have to be reappointed by the select board.
Okay. That sounds right.
I think I don't think it's this year that I have to be reappointed. I think it's next year or the year. I've got like a ways, I think.
What's the frequency?
I think it used to be 2 years. It might still be 2 years. We wanted to make it a little bit longer because it takes a while for people to, especially if somebody's new to this process. Yeah, I found the charge. It's at the website. If you go to the home website of our committee on the town website, let's see, what is that? That's if you go to the, I guess I would, for lack of a better way, let's
I
see.
found it.
You found it? Yeah.
Well, I got all the agendas and the committees, but I didn't find the.
Down, it says meetings and agendas and minutes, and then underneath that it says committee charge. And then there's a link there. And let's see, it lists all of us. Let's see. Well, it's pretty old. Henry Dane is still on our committee.
Well, that's one of the things we don't know. And I was going to call and ask is who our liaison is from the select board.
It's I think I'll find out, but I think it's the woman who's the chair right now.
No, it's Mark.
Howell.
Yeah, Mark Howell.
Mark Howell. Okay, good. All right. Let's see.
Because usually the chair doesn't have too many committees.
Yeah, that's true. Seem to be a lot on their plate. Well, getting back to this, we were going through the minutes that Lois sent out, or Isabel sent out.
Not me.
Okay, so the other thing, Leah and I met to follow up on the survey. And I need to reach out to the people who said they wanted to visit. I've done one visit person to look at invasives and creating less lawn and more pollinator native plants. So
Yeah.
I did. One person had followed up with me, and so we looked at the area that she wanted. There were a lot of invasives in there. We talked about that. She wants it to be more of a pollinator meadow. There were a lot of oaks in there, so we talked about, and she has a lot of big oaks around her property.
Sure.
And then so we made a plan and an assessment, and her daughter, who's in I think second grade, really wants a lot of milkweed because they just moved here from Medford, and their neighbor in Medford had a massive milkweed with lots of butterflies. So I dropped off quite a few milkweed roots because Doug Tallamy has said that that's the best way to propagate and expand milkweed as opposed to just seed.
Okay.
And she's gotten back to me and said that they were thrilled with the milkweed, and she had bought a root assassin to get the shovel to get the oaks out.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, the oaks are gonna be really hard to, saplings are gonna be real hard to get out. They were good
Yeah.
size. So that's on Munson Road.
Okay.
And I know that behind her, Bob White has quite a pollinator plot. So we've got two in that area, along with Great Meadows having a great deal of pollinator resource.
Good.
But I still have to do a lot of follow-up on that. And then Leah and I talked about creating a sign for people that do plant native plants.
Uh-huh.
So we're hoping to get that put together by the January 11th winter sow.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And depending on, you know, how what the cost is, ask them to pay for it.
Yeah.
Leah, what were you gonna say?
I was looking into it. I need to do a little more searching. So I think that some of the sites advertise a little falsely that it's very cheap, but then when you want to get the little metal holders to put the signs in, then
Yep.
your price goes significantly up. So and then I was having trouble finding sort of the little smaller metal ones. So I need to do a little more research, but ideally we would keep the cost, you know,
Yeah.
I would think like $5 would be like the ideal.
I think
So
that's what Lincoln Land Trust. I can press one of my meetings on Thursday that I won't be. I might go to is done by the Lincoln Land Trust. There's also one tonight that I'm missing, but I can ask them. I can ask for more specifics. I've asked her in the past and not gotten anything, but I think now that she sees that I want to do it, you know, in addition, she may give me the data.
nice.
Mm-hmm. So that was one of the things that was on the to be done.
Yes.
You know, I'll keep looking.
Okay.
I wish I
Let's
should
let's make a December 1 deadline.
Okay.
Okay, I think
Okay.
that's all right with everyone.
Sure.
I've been in touch with Will about invasive plants. He's very much consumed with getting the mowing done, and they've hired backyard invasives to work on Hayward Meadow. So I don't think he's available to do an invasive walk at this time to follow up with that.
Mhm. Well, the
maybe
Norway
in the
maples are showing
spring we could
themselves right
rope them
now.
in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What, Leah?
Sorry, I was gonna say maybe in the spring we could
Yeah,
rope them in.
I did I spoke with him. I did a session with the Minuteman National Park invasive removal, and they do it very differently. They actually just cut up all the wooded stems at this time of the year and leave them to nourish the soil back. But they also don't pull roots; they just dab. But you would have to remove well, I guess this time of the year you really don't even have to remove the roots because they would dry out and die, particularly since we're so dry.
Mm-hmm.
But they things with everything being so dry, they tend to break off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of if we need a little bit of moisture to loosen the ground.
Yeah.
I got a really good article on why you leave the leaves, which I sent to another group. I don't know if you guys are interested or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I think Susan Clark got a copy of that here. I'm not sure. She just sent it to a group of us in our neighborhood. but maybe it's not.
Oh, I think I did send it to, I don't know if I sent it to Susan.
Yeah. Well, send it out anyway, just in case.
Yeah, be interested in it.
Yeah.
And maybe we stash it away. Isabel, we had the idea of with the responses we got at Ag Day, you know, we have a lot of emails from people who showed interest even if they didn't want a visit. But maybe it's something that we could periodically send out resources for people. So like an article like that could be really nice to potentially share. Yeah, maybe next year.
Good. So, okay. So we're, let's see, are we okay with accepting these minutes?
I move we accept the minutes.
Anyway, second?
Second.
Okay, good. Great. The town clerk will be happy with us for filing minutes. All right.
Hello to Stan.
Yeah, hi, Stan. Well, you can unmute, Stan. You're you're muted. Let's see. I don't know if I can do it from here or not. No, I think you have to do it yourself. There's a little thing down in the lower left. Looks like a microphone with a line through it, maybe.
That's your camera. You're
That's,
real close.
yep.
They're usually next to each other. So I don't know, are people gonna help me with the winter sow?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, put it on your calendar, January 11th, at 12 to set up. I'm setting up the day before.
Okay.
And then, I'm also doing the Council on Aging on the 23rd at 12:30
So it's going to be 12 o'clock. You do the setup on the
at
11th?
Barrel Farms, yes.
Okay.
So setup is the 11th, and then the event is that Saturday afternoon, or
The event is January 11th and setup is noon and it starts at 1.
okay.
People register through the library for Barrel Farms.
Yep.
And with Council on Aging and the Housing Authority is on the 23rd. We don't have registration. It's free and open to anybody.
Okay. So
And the Garden Club thinks they're going to give me some money for soil and seeds, but they won't know until after January. So
So what day is the COA? Is the 21st?
21st.
Okay. No, so January. I know it thinks in 2025 it seems so far away and it isn't. The 23rd, setup's 3 o'clock and 3:30 we can start. Have the room until 6. And the biggest thing there is there's no parking to park on the street. There's no parking in the development for anybody who's coming. I did ask Isabel if we could park your car at the back door.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. Anything else on the calendar?
What time is the COA again?
12:30 setup, 1 o'clock start.
Okay,
And that's the one on the 23rd,
Yeah.
21st.
21st. Oh, right, right. Okay, good.
Wait,
That's, yeah,
what's on the 23rd?
The Council on Aging at the Buckley Center on Stowe Street.
Oh, okay, you
It's another,
guys,
uh,
it's the Concord Housing Authority at Peter Bulkley Terrace is the
yes,
23rd,
yes.
115 Stowe Street. The Council on Aging is the 21st.
Okay. What time was that at the Housing Authority again?
3 set up, 3:30 stop.
Okay,
We have the room until 6. I mean, but that's just to cover our butts that nobody comes in and has a hissy fit that
sure.
before we clean up.
Okay. And the other one is at the Council on Aging?
Yeah.
Is that at Harvey Wheeler?
Yep.
Okay. Good. So, is there anything else for the calendar that we need to add right now? Then the next
We have-
item,
are we gonna have a holiday party?
oh boy. You know what we should do? We should probably just meet a little early at Verrill at 11:30 or something and have our holiday party before we set up.
No, I can't, I mean, when I set up, I'm on full on. I can't,
No, that's
Okay,
no.
way too much to do.
Yeah,
Way
okay.
too much to do.
tunnel vision.
Well, let's think about that. Holiday party.
And so anyway, there is a request by the garden club if they would like to have pictures of kids and families doing the winter sow.
I see.
People can make a focus of taking some pictures for that, so I can forward it to the garden club.
Yeah, I
And
think it's a good
they're my contact there is trying to get them to make an exception that they will help pay for the soil, which they don't normally do.
Okay. Yeah, the garden club, probably some of those families have kids, don't they? Maybe we could,
Well, we've had lots of kids come.
yes, we have.
Barrel, yeah.
I've seen whole families there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So I guess what we would need is, in the past, I've been worried about releases for taking pictures.
Yeah,
So I think we do need a form that just says we can share this with the garden club and others interested in native plant sowing or something like that.
Do people at Verrills, are they signing up? I mean, are they registering online?
Registering online with the library.
Is there a way we could collect that permission at that time?
I can ask the library.
Yeah, I think that would be the easiest.
yeah.
Probably not, but I'll ask.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, sometimes you kind of just state it and you have to opt out.
Yeah. So, good. Should we move on to turf neonics?
What?
The next item on the agenda.
What?
It's labeled turf neonics.
Oh,
I stuck
Oh.
that in there myself, yeah, and you guys can go ahead and push back. What I'm thinking of doing is that the intensity of neonics in turf, where they use it, like at golf courses, is about 4 times what it is in Verrill's, neonic treated seed for corn. And I think it's an important issue, and what I was thinking is that of talking to, I just want your thoughts on uh, talking to the two golf courses in town, uh, Nasho- Nashotic, which is just south of me, and Concord Golf Club, and seeing if we could find out how much they're putting down and how they feel about possibly reducing it. I figure if we start with the golf courses, that's like a big chunk. Then it's probably much easier to deal with than it is to try to find all the landscaping companies.
So what are you thinking of writing them a letter or?
I thought I might just go visit them, I have talked to the guy who manages the grounds at Nishotic, 5 or 10 years ago, something like that. If he's still there, he may be somebody else now. And they can't, I think what it would be is probably working with the boards of those facilities, not the grounds people. The grounds people will do whatever the board says. So we just have to work with the board.
It seems to me that it would be much more, I mean, that sounds very friendly and nice,
Mm-hmm.
but not very accountable. But if you write the board and say, there is this concern about overuse or extensive use of neonics in our environment, blah, blah, and it's affecting um, our plants, our insects, our people.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you putting down because the state regulation is for this amount? Can you get back to us about your use of it? Then
Yeah,
that's not the he said, she said, it's really approaching them.
that's a good point because all the licensed applicators, including farms, have to report to the state their annual usage. So we could maybe just ask them for a copy of that report they make to the state. And that's public information. If they could give it to us, it would save us a lot of time because a number of years ago, we tried to get it from the state and their records are so disorganized, it's almost impossible to find a particular place. Oh, that's a good thought. Okay, I'll take that on.
Okay, and you want to just send us what you send so that we can all
Ah,
be on the same page?
yes, I'll send you a draft.
Okay.
Okay, good.
No,
Maybe I'll phrase it instead of just picking on golf courses, I could just say all licensed applicators. Because I know that even includes Brian Hutchins, for example.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
so then you could send it to all the farms,
yes,
not just targeting the golf course clubs.
yeah. I think we need to get a handle on that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, the golf course might, well, I mean, I'm sure they have some records, but if it's whoever the licensed applicator is, whoever they're working for, like their business, they're the ones responsible for submitting.
Yes.
So I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
assuming that the golf course has their own team of licensed applicators or applicator.
Yeah. Yeah. Either that or I guess they'd have to tell us who their applicator is, and then
Mhm.
we could ask them to let us know, and then we could contact those folks for the information. Or maybe they should rather than us, since it's
Yeah.
they're employing them.
um, like, I mean, I know our concentration has been neonics, but what's the other one that's the poly and the like GL? There's another, I mean, should, if we're at the same time, we're looking at our charge, which specifies the neonics, but
Yeah.
doesn't exclude other things.
Okay.
Um, is that something we should be looking at, like the bigger
Yes.
picture? Like, and I don't know, was Isabel, somebody was talking about the things they used to kill mice and stuff.
Oh, you're thinking of the rhododendrons or whatever.
Yeah, I think that, and then there's another pesticide. And right now I can't remember the right name of it. Or maybe it's not a pesticide, it might be a herbicide. I think it's an herbicide.
Oh, I mean glyphosate?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people use that. I mean, the farms use it, the golf courses use it for weed control.
I mean, rather than just asking about one thing,
Yep.
I'm gonna ask. And those are things that affect us. And I think that in terms of our charge, if we're going back to rewrite that, then we,
Yep.
make a thing that's the pesticides, the herbicides, because the interactions, and you end up with kind of nasty stuff happening.
Yes. I have seen literature talking about the exactly what you said, if a bee has a certain amount of glyphosate it's picked up from a plant, it's more susceptible to other pesticides. There
Right.
is it's a sort of things pile on each other.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, maybe there's always a danger in widening things out, but by the same token, if we're asking the question,
Sure.
and it's like which bucket are they, or bag are they pulling the powder or the spray from,
Yeah,
And then the other thing is the seeds, the farmers who's using coated seeds.
yes.
I mean, like, I'm the one who doesn't understand all of it, so I ask all the questions and I don't necessarily
Yeah.
understand all the pieces, but it does seem like it'd be good to know what the whole picture is,
Yeah, I
or,
agree.
or more of the whole picture.
Yep. I think coated seeds is a particularly agricultural issue. Yeah.
Right. I don't,
Okay.
I don't know how many here. I mean, the organic people shouldn't really have at least the pesticide coated seeds or
Right. They don't. Yeah.
I guess some of the coated seeds are in coordination with herbicides.
That's exactly right. Yes. That's that's a different coating. That's the stuff that's the GMO stuff.
Yeah, some of it, but some of it is related.
Oh, yeah. I think
Maybe it's the seed itself is related,
yeah,
as it has to survive the herbicide, the kind of plant it is.
yeah.
If I look, I have horrible back spasms tonight. I'm just having a really rough time. So
Ouch.
if I look like I wince, it's not you, it's just my back.
Ow. Okay. Um, well, this is very helpful. I'll take a cut at drafting this up. Let's see.
Okay, at the same time, yeah, I don't mind working with you, is that to look at our charge, because to make sure that our charge and what we're doing matches up. I just think it's like update the charge a bit.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Well,
not,
maybe what we could do is within the current charge, we could talk about neonics, and then at the same time, we can see if we can update our charge. And we can always send out a follow-up letter to these folks saying, well, besides the neonics.
well, it's that our charge, as far as my way of reading it, was that the neonics is spelled out, but it's open to more of the similar
Yeah.
things.
I dug around for our charge, and all I found was a couple of drafts. There is the one that's on the website right now, and I'll send those out. And then let's maybe at our next meeting we can go over that.
Yeah.
Maybe what we need to do is have an in-person meeting where we just really cut, paste and, you know, put it together rather than, you know, that thing has been passed around now for a year and nothing's happened.
Yeah,
And I think some of that is, you know, that we're distance meeting. And now that before the flu season really gets underway, if we set up a meeting that, you know, or sit around the table at the cafe in West Concord or something and really just, you know, cut, paste and finish it.
well, it certainly might be good for a draft. I personally probably can't do that in the next month, just because of my taking with time I have to spend with Pamela.
Well, what about we set it up for February or end of January?
Yeah, I think that might be very feasible.
What do you
It's
think, Dan?
time.
I can go for January, end of January.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think January is a good time.
Yeah,
I can invite you all here to my house before the winter sow at the Buckley Center on the let me double check, the 23rd.
Yeah, Thursday, the 23rd.
We can sit around the dining room table and just get it done. Just
But
make,
you have to, if you have to have it as an open meeting. If you want
Yeah.
an open meeting,
If there's a quorum of us, yes.
yeah, well, we can invite, I mean, we can say people are welcome to 121 Everett Street.
well, the other thing is I can ask, we could do it at 1:15 the community room.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
at
better.
Buckley, and then we'll get it all done in one.
We could do it before or after. I mean, I, I can ask for, 2 o'clock or, I mean,
I think that,
3 to 6 is what I have scheduled. It's a start at 3:30, but we could start at 4.
Sounds reasonable. Okay.
And we'll meet.
so you're suggesting we meet at 3 o'clock at the Peter Buckley Center?
Yeah, I mean, that way we're all in the same place.
Okay, I can do that. Leah, you work though, right?
Yeah, what day of the week is that? A Thursday?
Yeah,
Okay.
I could try to get off, but that could be a little hard.
Yeah.
What, you could do it
could we set it up as a
after.
hybrid, so it's Zoom and in person?
Well, can I offer an idea? This group might draft the charge, and then we'd have a regular meeting in the evening. The whole committee would then, you know, distribute the draft, and then we as a committee meet and
We've done that. We've done that like 5 times. I mean, we've had the draft and people have yakety yacked and nothing's happened.
well, I don't think you can. Well, for example, we have to negotiate this with the Board of Selectmen too.
Yeah, but we have to have it something that we're presenting to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the other thing is,
And I
You
think
know,
the
we could meet from 5 to 6 at Peter Buckley.
Well, for any working can't speak for Leah, but that wouldn't have worked for me when I was working.
Yeah, I don't,
yeah, I agree.
and we just have to meet another time.
Yeah,
5 to 6 or morning, and also, I mean, if anyone is available to meet in person, I'm happy to bring my laptop and do the typing. I can continue to be the scribe.
yeah,
So just do it another time then.
yeah.
I mean, just as long as you don't mind, if we have
could
enough for,
We certainly could take a room at like Fowler Library or at the main library, for example, on a
I
weekend.
think it's a matter of a room. I think it's a matter of when. I mean,
Yeah,
would 5 to 6 on the 23rd work for you, Leah?
Yeah, I can make that work.
Okay,
okay.
And that's of what month?
January
January.
23rd.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it work.
Okay.
So we need to also inform Brian and Mark.
Yeah.
And invite them to work the winter sow and then attend the meeting.
Okay.
Is there anybody else that we're,
Who's Brian and Mark?
Brian from Hutchins Farm and Mark
Oh.
Hall,
And
Mark
who's-
who?
the select board member?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Mark Howell.
Mark Howell.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Are you looking for Brian to replace Steve?
Yeah.
Steve said he was gonna have Brian replace him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the pieces. Thank you for catching me up. Because what is it? Steve's relative Jennifer, is it? That's been with him.
Yes.
Like she came to the ag meetings herself with Steve, and then did like the setups for the what is it, stone soup, and several of the things they had.
Yeah, she runs Vero Farm. I
Yeah.
think.
She seemed incredibly nice and incredibly efficient.
Mhm. Okay, got 10 minutes left.
Mm-hmm. So under new business, I think we've already talked about a new member.
Yeah, but when you look at the charge that the kind of members we're supposed to have, that's important.
Yes. Good point.
And what is it, I am really having a hard time tonight.
So Dory wrote me back about the photos at Vero Farms, and she says that they don't, with the registration, they say they may be taking pictures with permission, and so we still have to get permission.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for doing that. And just to report, I did email Christina. I got a note back that she was contacting the people who were running her bosses, like, and she's a contract worker. She's just not even full-time at the park.
Okay.
Does anyone know anything more about people in the pollinators in the park?
I work with the horticulture people on Wednesday mornings normally. I'm not doing it tomorrow. But the survey people are gone because the summer's over and the
Right,
bugs are gone.
right. Who are the horticulture people? Are they Minuteman?
Yeah, Minuteman National Park horticultural specialists.
Then that's probably where somebody from the park here wrote the grant for, wrote the proposal to get the grant for the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
That's probably the research people, not the horticulture people.
okay.
Did they produce a final report? Christina?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, she had, the day I saw her this Saturday over at the visitor center.
Yeah.
I would have think that she was pretty near a final report if she didn't already have it.
Yeah.
From the way she presented things. There was that other gal who lives in Concord, and then there was a gal from Tufts University. I believe she's a grad student, but she was back to school.
Uh-huh.
And the other gal, they came to our meeting that time with Christina.
Okay.
And I can't, Molly, I think is her name.
Yes. Yes.
I don't have, stupidly that day, I did not get cards or names from people. I was just like, so excited about things. I forgot the basics.
Oh, no problem.
Well,
So,
the
Yeah.
other thing is at the Buttrick Mansion, they have planted a lot of native asters, which I had never noticed there before. And when I was over there in the end of September with my family, the asters were absolutely covered in bees. And all the times I've been there, I've never seen that number of bees. I mean, they were natives and honeybees both, but I never even seen anything close to that. It was definitely a big picnic going on there.
nice. That's cool.
And supposedly they were planted with that in mind.
Yes, that's the horticultural group that I work with.
Okay.
And they're really working on getting the invasives out.
Yeah, because not that long ago, the garden club replanted a bunch of that, and most of it looked like bulbs that they had planted.
Nice.
But maybe that's all I saw that time of year.
Okay, so this last item on the agenda, we've already touched on the updating our charge. The one thing I added here was that I wonder if we want to do, we've talked about this, I think, as a group, rotating the job of chair and clerk, or how we might approach that.
Well, Leah, I'm thrilled that you want to be scribe, so I have no problem with not rotating that.
Yeah, I'm happy to do this for a while, and
Yeah,
we can touch base in a few months, but
Yeah.
fine with me.
I can be fairly, maybe a little bit too overpowering when I become chair, and set. Does the chair set the agenda, or does the clerk from the previous meeting?
depends on how you work it out. Yeah,
Oh, actually, as I think about it, I think I'm gone the second Tuesday of December anyway, so becomes a mute point. Let me look.
yeah. I know but I think chairs usually, the agenda usually gets set as a sort of a consensus kind of thing, a draft agenda.
Right.
Normally should be sent out and,
Yeah, I'm in Germany the next meeting anyway, so
Ooh, how
okay,
nice. And before Christmas. Whoa.
Yeah.
nice.
Whoa.
That will be fun.
Sounds like a real nice, fun trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring a camera, huh?
yeah.
Well, I can draft. Do you want me to try to take a stab at drafting like a draft agenda before the next meeting and
That'd be great. Yeah,
send it around?
yeah. Go for it. I think it's a good thought. And then maybe circulate it, and then we can all sort of pitch in.
Edit it, yeah.
That'd be terrific. Thank you. Yeah.
Please make sure that the time things, and I get mixed up on what is it? We have to have it in by how many days before?
Oh, 2 days, 2 business days.
Yeah,
So
but like
we meet on
sometimes
Tuesday.
Thursdays, we haven't tried to do it on Thursdays and we haven't made it.
That's probably because of a holiday that was in there somewhere, like on
All
one.
right, but I mean, like, it gets squeaky when you wait
Yeah,
to the end.
Yeah,
Does it
I
need to
think
get-
this worked out very well this time, Mark, that you
I
sent
did.
it out, you
Yeah, I
sent it,
did too.
and then we update it.
Yeah. But I think what we could do, perhaps, Lee, if this would work, we could send out a draft to ourselves, maybe a couple of weeks ahead or, well ahead of the meeting. And we sort of consolidate that and then send at least, Lois put me onto this idea this last meeting. I filed an agenda with the clerk. Oh,
About a week
it was
before.
Monday or Tuesday. about a week ago. And then updated it. I still had to get the update in so that it's out posted 48 hours ahead of the meeting. So yeah, occasionally Tuesday meetings are a little bit dicey because occasionally Monday's a holiday, and if Monday's a holiday, then that doesn't count as one of the 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
But-
yeah, I mean, we've missed out on having some Tuesday meetings because we didn't have the
well, that
the
was,
thing in time. But
Exactly.
basically,
but that's even
can't you,
worse. That was just
can't
me
you
forgetting.
update it the last minute? Or do you have to have some reason for that? Because I mean,
No, I don't think
groups do.
within that 48-hour window, that agenda is frozen. We can't update it.
Oh, okay,
Because the whole point of it is just the people that want to come to the meeting need to know what's going to be discussed well
Right.
ahead of time.
okay,
And the only idea about putting in one a little bit earlier is if there aren't any updates, then your bases are covered. You don't have to
right.
change anything, and you will have the meeting using that agenda, that draft.
I was concerned that last week because of the voting, that they might get
Yeah,
busy.
that was a good thought. Yeah, it was a very good thought because they're
And
very
I,
good.
and selfishly, I mean, I'm just kind of booked lately.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Leah, for offering to do
Yeah,
that.
thanks.
And I'm glad, we can all pitch in and help. Just feel free to
Okay.
call on us.
So, okay, so the Thursday, January 23rd, we'll have our meeting 5 to 6.
I think yes, and I think at least our next regular meeting would be in December on the 10th.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, guys, I just make sure the room is available.
Yeah.
And it's an open meeting, so if somebody does drift in,
Yes.
because
Okay.
there's not doors on all the entrances and exits for that room. That's why I'm always a little, but we're fine if,
Well, the room at Peter Buckley, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
But as long as we're gonna be there, we might as well just do it then. And
Yeah,
invite, maybe we'll find somebody we don't know who's interested.
sure. Good.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, have a good week.
Okay,
Bye.
here.
Oh, I move that we adjourn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.